Hello, Standard 8th. This is chapter number 4 from your book Honeydew, and the name of the chapter is Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. Okay, this is the chapter from your book Honeydew, chapter number 4, and the name of the chapter is Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. Fine. Lapse of memory means what happens when Bipin Chaudhary loses his memory, what does he forget, whom does he meet, all the things we will see in this chapter. First, as usual, the introduction, and then we will move to the chapter. Okay, keep your book in hand, pay attention in your book, whatever I'll explain, and in the last there will be word meanings which you have to note down in your notebook. Okay, so let's have the introduction first. Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory is written by Satyajit Ray. Okay, now this story about Bipin Chaudhary's lapse of memory was written by Satyajit Ray. Now, who was Satyajit Ray? Satyajit Ray was a film director, you can say. Okay, he was a writer by profession, he was a director, a filmmaker, and an author. Fine, he had made many films. He was born on 2nd May 1921 in Calcutta, India, and he died on 23rd April 1922 in Calcutta. Okay, he was a Bengali motion picture director, writer and illustrator who brought the Indian cinema to world recognition with Pather Panchali. Okay, Pather Panchali, which he made this movie in 1955. And some of his movies were Satranj Ke Khiladi, Aparajito, and many of them. If we talk more about Satyajit Ray, it is like he was an Indian film director. Okay, Indian film director. He directed 36 films, including feature films, documentaries, and short films. Okay, he was a fiction writer, publisher, calligrapher, music composer, and graphic designer. Okay, if we talk about his you can say personal life. In his personal life, he was married to his cousin Bijoya Ray in 1945. After that, they had a son. The name of that son is Sandeep Ray. Okay, he was a workaholic, heavy smoker, and teetotaler. And some of his like we can say the awards which he got, then Satyajit Ray received many awards, including 32 National Film Awards by the Government of India, the awards of International Film Festival at the 11th Moscow International Film Festival in 1979. He was awarded with the honorable prize of for the contribution of cinema at the Berlin International Film Festival. He was one of the only 4 filmmakers to win the Silver Bear of Best Director more than once, and holds the record of the most number of Golden Bear nominations with 7. Okay, now, and at the Venice Film Festival, where he had previously won a Golden Lion for Aparajito, which he made in 1956, he was awarded the Golden Lion Honorary Award in 1982. Okay, that same year he received an honorary Homage a Satyajit Ray Award in 1982. Okay, Cannes Film Festival. Now these are only some of his awards, but he has received many of the awards. He has received many of the awards. Okay. So this was about our author of this lesson. His name is Satyajit Ray. Okay. Now Satyajit Ray wrote Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory also. This story, it takes us through the journey of a man named Bipin Babu, who is faced with a very unique problem where he has lost his memory of one and only one incident from the year. That is 58. When he had a trip to Ranchi with his friend, everyone except him recalls about the trip of Ranchi. As the story unfolds, he discovers that it was a punishment from an old friend of his named Chunilal, who he did not help in his trying times. And when at the end of the story we will come to know that what was it about. Okay, why did Bipin Chaudhary really lose his memory, or was it something else? Okay, now let's move to the main lesson now. Okay, just keep the book in hand. Bipin Chaudhary, popularly known as Bipin Babu. Bipin Chaudhary was known by what name? Though his name was Bipin Chaudhary, he was known by the name Bipin Babu. Okay, went to Kalicharan's every Monday after work to stock up on his books of the last week. What is Kalicharan? Kalicharan is the name of the shop. What did Bipin Babu do? Bipin Babu, every Monday after his work, whatever he used to work, he used to take the stock up on his book. Okay, and then he used to go to that shop. Okay, he had to buy at least 5 at a time. The books he used to buy 5 books at a time, so that it could last through the whole week. Bipin Babu lived alone, was not a good mixer. Here, not a good mixture means Bipin Babu did not like to mix up with the people. Okay, and the books which he used to read were the crime stories, ghost stories, thrillers. Okay, and he liked to live alone. So he was, as you can say, he was not sociable. Here you can say that. Okay, he was not very interested in spending time to indulge in small talk that had no meaning. Okay, means why did he not get mixed up with the people? He did not get mixed up with the people because he thought that spending time in indulge means to involve yourself in the small talks which have no use. When we sit and talk something about with no meaning, he did not want to sit and talk about that thing. On that particular day, Bipin Babu felt as if someone was looking at him continuously from a close distance. On Monday, when Bipin Babu went to Kalicharan's bookstall, he felt that somebody is watching him, somebody is looking at him. Okay, as he turned around to find who it was, he saw a round-faced, humble-looking man staring at him. Whom did he found? He felt that somebody is looking at him. So what did he do? He turned around and had a look at that humble face. Who is that man who is staring at him? On seeing him, Bipin Babu made eye contact. The man started smiling, exclaimed that he did not expect Bipin Babu to identify him. When Bipin Babu went to that man, had an eye contact with him, the man knew that he is Bipin Babu, but Bipin Babu did not recognize him. Now Bipin Babu did not recognize him. So what did Bipin Babu do? Okay, Bipin Babu asked him, "Have we met before?" asked Bipin Babu. The man looked greatly surprised. "We met every day for a whole week. I arranged for a car to take you to Hudro Falls in 1958 in Ranchi. My name is Parimal Ghosh." Ranchi? Now Bipin Babu realized that it was not he, but this man was making a mistake. Bipin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He had been at the point of going several times but never made it. He smiled and said, "Do you know who I am?" Okay, now Bipin Babu asked the man if they had met before, because the man was staring at Bipin Babu and Bipin Babu did not recognize him. So Bipin Babu asked the man that did they met ever before. The man had a surprised expression on his face and made efforts to remind Bipin Babu that who he was. Okay, he told Bipin Babu that they met each day for a week in Ranchi in 1858. He also claimed himself to be Parimal Ghosh and even mentioned that he had arranged a car for Bipin Babu to the Hudro Falls. On hearing Ranchi, Bipin Babu realized that it was not him, but the man who was mistaken, because he had never been to Ranchi. When the man took the name Ranchi, Bipin Babu said that it was not him whom Parimal Ghosh had met. Okay, because Bipin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He wanted to visit Ranchi, but he had been at the point of going there multiple times, but did not make any plan of going, but did not ever visit there. And with this gentle smile, he asked the man Parimal that if he really knew who he was. Then Bipin Babu asked, that, "Do you know me who I am?" To this, the man replied, the man raised his eyebrow, bit his tongue and said, "Do I know you? Who doesn't know Bipin Chaudhary?" Bipin Babu now turned towards the bookshelves and said, "Still you are making a mistake. One often does. I have never been to Ranchi." Okay. On hearing Bipin Babu's reply, the man said that you are Bipin Babu. Who does not know Bipin Babu? Bipin Chaudhary is a popular man. Who doesn't know Bipin Babu? Then he turned towards the bookshelf, and Bipin Babu told him that he is making a mistake. That is something very normal to do. Many times people do mistakes in recognizing people. One often gets confused. Okay, he claims that he means here who? Bipin Babu. Bipin Babu claims that he had never been to Ranchi before. The man laughed aloud. "What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary?" Now listening to this, the man laughed aloud. "What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary? You had a fall in Hudro and cut your right knee. I bought you iodine. I had fixed up a car for you to the Netarat the next day, but you couldn't because of the pain in the knee. Can't you recall anything? Someone else you know who also in Ranchi at that time, Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee, you stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like hotel food and you prefer to have meal cooked by a bawarchi. Bawarchi means the person who is a cook. Bawarchi is a Hindi word. Mr. Mukherjee stayed with his sister, who had a big argument about the moon landing. Remember, I will tell you more. You always carried a bag with your books in it on your sightseeing trips. Am I right or not? Now the man was trying to make Bipin Babu remember. Okay, so at the response of Bipin Babu, the man laughed. He did not believe whatever Bipin Babu was telling. The man did not believe at all. Okay, the man further elaborated that how did Bipin Babu fell down at Khudro, cut his knee, how did the men helped him with the iodine, applied him medicine, and even mentioned that he had arranged a car for Bipin Babu to go to Netarat the next day, but unfortunately because of the pain in the knee, Bipin Babu was not able to go to Netarat. Okay, now the man asks more that Bipin Babu still did not recall anything from the trip. He goes on and gives more detail about the trip to Bipin Babu. He tells Bipin Babu that he had come with an acquaintance, and the name of that person was Dinesh Mukherjee. Dinesh Mukherjee used to stay with his sister, and on other hand, Bipin Babu did not like the hotel food, so he wanted to stay in such a place where a cook can cook food, because he did not like hotel food. Okay, more the man try to Parimal Ghosh, here the man is Parimal Ghosh, more Parimal Ghosh mentions with Bipin Babu about the moon landing, about which the argument Bipin Babu had in their days. He asks Bipin Babu to recall anything and goes on to elaborate how Bipin Babu carried a bag of books whenever he went for a sightseeing, and he asks Bipin Babu if the details he gave are proper. Okay, now here Parimal Ghosh, the man knew quite a lot of details about Bipin Babu, and he did not stop talking. He was trying to help Bipin Babu remember about that incident of Ranchi. Bipin Babu now left the shop and went to drive alongside of Ganga. He was a hard-working man and who had a responsible job in a big firm. It was hard for him to believe that he could not remember such an important event of his life. When Parimal Ghosh told him about all the events, now Bipin Babu was very much thinking about that how could he forget such an important event which happened in his life, and that too from 6 to 7 years ago. Means that incident did not take a much of time. It was only 6 to 7 years ago, and a person cannot forget, at least not everything. A person cannot forget everything the incident which could have happened only 6 to 7 years ago. He did not want to think about what the man had said, but could not stop doing so. Now whatever Parimal Ghosh said, Bipin Babu did not want to remember anything of that. Okay, but he did not stop thinking also. He did not stop doing so. Now one thing which Bipin Babu thought was visiting his friend Dinesh Mukherjee, about who the men said was there on the trip with him. Bipin Babu now remembered about his friend Dinesh Mukherjee. He thought that I should go to Dinesh Mukherjee and ask him about this trip. But he did not visit him because he did not want to feel any embarrassment face to face. Here why embarrassment? Because if he goes to Dinesh Mukherjee and asks him about the incident, about Ranchi and all, and if Dinesh Mukherjee comes to know that Bipin Babu has forgotten everything, it will be a embarrassment time at that point of moment. So that's why Bipin Babu did not want to visit Dinesh Mukherjee. Okay, now Bipin Babu was trying to remember that incident of 1958. Now, listening to that man, Bipin Babu quietly spoke with his eyes was still on the book. Which month in 58 are you talking about? Now, Bipin Babu was trying to remember about which incident Parimal Ghosh was trying to make him remember. So he asked that you are talking about which incident, and this incident happened in which month? The man said October. No sir, said Bipin Babu. I spent puja in 58, that is in 1958, with a friend in Kanpur. You are making a mistake. Good day, but the man didn't go and nor he stopped talking. Now, listening to all the talks from Parimal Ghosh, okay, Bipin Babu was trying to, after getting the details, was trying to ask him. He asked him that about which particular month in 1958 Parimal Ghosh was talking about. Parimal Ghosh said that he was talking about the month of October. Bipin Babu immediately claimed that Parimal Ghosh was wrong, because as per the memory of Bipin Babu spent the October month in a puja with his friend in Kanpur. And so Bipin Babu assures Parimal Ghosh that he is mistaken and wishes him good day. But the man still stood there and continued talking. Okay? More, the man says, very strange. One evening I had a tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow. You spoke about your family. You said you had no children and that you had lost your wife 10 years ago. Your only brother had died insane. Which is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi. Now the man did not stop talking. He goes on to mention how unusual this was, because he even remembered having a cup of tea with Bipin Babu, sitting in Bipin Babu's bungalow's veranda in Ranchi. And at that time, what did Bipin Babu tell him? The complete detail of Bipin Babu's family. He made Bipin Babu remember that Bipin Babu had told him that Bipin Babu had no children. His wife had died 10 years ago. His brother died in a mental hospital. And this is the reason why Bipin Babu does not visit mental hospital. And when Bipin Babu now what happened? Now when Bipin Babu had paid for the books, he was leaving the shop. The man was still looking at him in utter disbelief. What is utter disbelief? With complete surprise, that how could a man forget such a big incident which has happened in his life. Bipin Babu's car was safely parked in Bartram Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. He told the driver that he has to get into the car, just drive by the Ganga. Will you, Sitaram? Sitaram is the driver of Bipin Babu. Driving up the Strand Road, Bipin Babu regretted having paid so much attention to the intruder. He had never been to Ranchi, no question about it. It was inconceivable that he should forget such an incident which took place only 6 to 7 years ago. He had an excellent memory, unless Bipin Babu's head reeled. Okay. Now, after paying to the shop, what did Bipin Babu do? Bipin Babu moved again to his car, which was parked near the Lighthouse Cinema. Okay. He sat into the car and told his driver Sitaram to drive at the river Ganga. Now, while the driver was driving the car, Bipin Babu felt immense regret that why did he give so much importance to that man? because Bipin Babu knew that he had never been to Ranchi and he was 100% sure about it. Now he knew that it was impossible for him to forget about an important time which was of his life, and that too not for very long ago. It was only a period of 6 to 7 years ago, as I told you. Okay, and Bipin Babu had no doubts related to this flawless memory unless his head was shocked and confused. Now Bipin Babu started thinking, was he losing his mind? But what about that? B. He was working daily in his office. It was a big firm. He was doing a responsible job. He wasn't aware of anything ever going seriously wrong. Only today, he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting, and yet the man gave a great deal about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. The bag of books, wife's death, books in brother's insanity. The only mistake was about his having gone to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. In 1958, during the pujas, he was in Kanpur with his friend Haridas Bagchi's place. All Bipin Babu had to do was to write to on. There was no way of writing to Haridas. Bipin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left with his wife to Japan some weeks ago and he didn't have his address. Now, listening to that man again and again, he telling him, Bipin Babu now started thinking that has he lost his mind? It was quite impossible for him to believe because he was working in a big firm on a responsible job. He had a responsible job and many responsibilities. Okay, and he did also remember that he did not do anything wrong in his job. If he was really forgetting something or he was really losing his mind, he could have made mistakes in the job. Okay, and that particular day, Bipin Babu was still remembering that the same particular day he spoke on a stretch for half an hour in an important meeting. Okay, but it was also true that the man, means Parimal Ghosh, knew quite a lot about Bipin Babu, about what the details that Parimal Ghosh gave to Bipin Babu. Everything was true, like Bipin Babu's wife's death, the bag of books the Bipin Babu used to carry, about Bipin Babu's brother's death. Okay, and these were the intimate things, personal things. How could Parimal Ghosh know about this? The man was right about everything except the fact that Bipin Babu had ever been to Ranchi. The man was not making a mistake. He has spoke a deliberate lie. Now Bipin Babu was thinking that the man was not making a mistake, that man was telling a lie. Because as per Bipin Babu, in 1958, October, Bipin Babu was in a puja in Kanpur at one of his friend's house. And the name of his friend was Haridas Bagchi. Now Bipin Babu just needed to write to Haridas and clear the matter. But he suddenly remembered that this could not happen because Haridas had moved to Japan with his wife. And Bipin Babu did not have his address also. But where was the need for proof? He himself was fully aware that he hadn't been to Ranchi, and that was that. Now Bipin Babu did not want to make any kind of inquiry because he was on his self 100% true that he did never been to Ranchi ever. Okay. The river breeze was bracing and yet slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Babu's mind. Round Hastings, Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his right knee. There was a mark of an old inch-long cut. It was impossible to tell when the injury had occurred. Now the injury about which Parimal Ghosh told Bipin Babu. Okay, Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trouser and look at that injury. When Bipin Babu rolled up his trouser, he saw that there was a mark on his right knee. Okay, but it was nearly impossible to infer that the date of injury. It was really impossible to tell that when that injury had occurred. Okay, he had never had a fall as a boy and cut his knee. He tried to recall such an incident but couldn't. When Bipin Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee, the man had said that Dinesh was in Ranchi at same time, the best thing surely would be to ask him. He lived quite near in Beni Nandan Street. About what going right now? But then, if he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think if Bipin Babu asked for a confirmation? He would probably conclude Bipin Babu of going nuts. Going nuts means going mad or crazy. No, it would be a ridiculous to ask him. Okay. Now Bipin Babu thought that the Parimal Ghosh was talking about Dinesh Chaudhary. It is better to meet Dinesh Chaudhary because Dinesh Chaudhary was in Ranchi. Okay. So, but as I told you before that Bipin Babu did not want to meet Dinesh because he was afraid that Dinesh would conclude that Bipin Babu had gone mad if he comes to know that Bipin Babu is forgetting something. Okay, and he knew how ruthless Dinesh Skarkam could be. Sipping a cold drink in his air-conditioned living room, Bipin Babu felt at ease again. Such a nuisance. Just because they have nothing else to do, they go about getting into other people's hair. Okay. Now, moreover, Bipin Babu was well aware about how merciless Dinesh could be. Okay. So Bipin Babu sat in his living room having a sip of cold drink. He finally relaxed and he was just thinking that how annoying it was for the people they don't have much to do and they keep bothering other people. Okay. Now after snuggling in the bed with one of the new thrillers, Bipin Babu forget all about the man in the new market. Next day, in the office, Bipin Babu noticed that with every passing hour, the previous day's encounter was occupying more and more of his mind. If the man knew so much of Bipin Babu, how could he make such a mistake about the Ranchi trip? Now after the dinner, Bipin Babu forgot about whatever had happened that day. He did not even remember about that man who met in him, that is Parimal Ghosh. He did not want to remember anything. He forgot everything about Parimal Ghosh and snuggled in the bed with one of his books. But the next day, when he went to the office, the last incident again tried to take up his mind. His more attention was going towards the talk of Parimal Ghosh. He started thinking that the man had all the most personal details about Bipin Babu. How could he be so accurate about the Ranchi trip? Okay. Just before lunch, Bipin Babu decided to ring up Dinesh Mukherjee. It was better to settle the question over the phone. At least the embarrassment on his face wouldn't show. 235616. Bipin Babu dialed the number. Now this is the number of the phone number. Okay. Hello. Is that Dinesh? Dinesh, this is Bipin here. Well, what's the news? I just wanted to find out if you recalled an incident which took place in 1958? What incident? Were you in Calcutta right through that year? That's the first thing I have got to know. Just wait a minute. 58. Let me check in my diary. Now here there is a talk between Bipin Babu and Dinesh Chaudhary. Okay. because Bipin Babu had decided to have a talk with Dinesh Chaudhary and clear the matter. And rather than going personally and having a talk with Dinesh and getting embarrassed, it was easy for Bipin Babu to have a talk with Dinesh on phone so that he could not see the embarrassment. He could not face the embarrassment before Dinesh. So he dialed the number, he talked to Dinesh and confirmed him about the incident in 1958. Dinesh said that he had to check the diary for that. For a minute there was a silence. Bipin Babu could feel that its heartbeat was going on. He was sweating a little. Hello, yes, I have got it. I had been out twice. Where? Once in Feb, nearby to Krishna Nagar to a nephew's wedding, and then, but you would know about this one, the trip to Ranchi. You were there too. That's all. But what's all this sleuthing thing? No, I just wanted to. Anyway, thanks. Bipin Babu slammed the receiver down, gripped his head with his hand and felt his head swimming. A chill seemed to spread over his body. There were sandwiches in his tiffin. He didn't eat them. He had lost his appetite. Now what happened here? Dinesh looked at the diary. He said to Bipin Babu that Dinesh had visited Ranchi twice. Once in a marriage of his nephew, and second, he said Bipin Babu would also know that it was because he was there with him. In the second trip, Dinesh told that Bipin Babu was there with him. They had gone to Ranchi together. Now listening to this, Bipin Babu hanged up the phone, held his head with his hands as if his hand was swimming. Okay. Now he had food also with him, but he did not want to eat them. He had lost his appetite. After lunchtime, Bipin Babu realized that he couldn't possibly carry a sitting at his desk writing. This had never happened in 25 years. He had been with the firm. He had a reputation for being a tireless, conscientious worker, but today his head was in a whirl. Now after lunch break, Bipin Babu did not feel well to work like, because in this 25 years he was working in this association for 25 years and he had never been in such a position. Okay, so he was unable to think clearly that day. So that's why he didn't want to work. Okay. Back home at 2:30, Bipin Babu lay down in the bed and tried to gather his wits together. He knew that it was possible to lose one's memory through an injury in the head, but he didn't know a single instance of someone remembering everything except one particular incident, and a fairly recent and significant one at that. He had always wanted to go to Ranchi, to have gone there, done things, and not to remember was something utterly impossible. Now that day, Bipin Babu went home very early at 2:30. Bipin Babu lay in the bed and was trying to remember. Okay, he was well aware that the possibility of losing one's memory is because if somebody had got injury in the head. Okay, but he had never heard a case where one does not remember just one particular incident. It was more difficult for him to believe it because the incident he had forgotten was quite recent and actually significant. As it had been mentioned earlier, he had always wanted to go to Ranchi, but do stuff, so it makes it all the more difficult for him to believe that he could forget about something he had wanted to do for a long time. At 7:30, Bipin Babu's servant came and announced, "Chunilal Babu sir, says it's very important. Bipin Babu knew what Chuni had come for. What Chuni had come for. Chunilal had been at school with him. He had been having a rough time lately and had been coming to see him about a job. Bipin Babu knew it was not possible to do anything for him and in fact told him so. But Chuni kept turning up like a bad penny. Okay. Now it was about 7:30 in the evening when Bipin Babu's house help means servant came and told that one man named Chunilal had come to meet Bipin Babu in regarding some important work. Now Bipin Babu knew that why Chunilal had come, and Bipin Babu and Chunilal were from the same school. They both went to the same school together. Now Chunilal had been going through a rough time, so he had come to Bipin Babu to ask for the help related with job. Now Bipin Babu had already told him that it was difficult for him to help Chunilal with a job, but Chunilal did not stop turning up at his house. He had been compared as a bad penny to indicate that he was not very welcomed by Bipin Babu. Bipin Babu sent word that not only was it not not possible for him to see Chunilal now, but for several weeks. But as soon as the servant stepped out of the room, it struck Bipin Babu that Chuni might remember something about the 1958 trip. There was no harm in asking him. In the light of the current situation, Bipin Babu sent the message with his servant to Chunilal that it was not possible to meet Chunilal not only today but for several weeks. Okay, but as the servant left the room, Bipin Babu was hit with an idea. He thought that there was no harm in asking Chunilal about the Ranchi trip. Chunilal hurried up the stairs and into the living room. Chuni was about to leave, but seeing Bipin Babu appear, he turned around. Hopefully, Bipin Babu didn't beat about the bush. Listen, Chuni, I want to ask you something. You have a good memory and you have been seeing me off and on for a long time. Just throw your mind back and tell me, did I go to Ranchi in 58? Chuni, 58? It must have been 58, or was it 59? You are sure that I did go to Ranchi? Chuni's look of amazement was not unmixed with worry. You mean you have doubts about having gone at all? Did I go? Do you remember clearly? Chuni sat down on the sofa, fixed Bipin Babu with a long hard stare and said, Bipin, have you taken to drugs or something? As far as I know, you had a clean record where where such things were concerned. I know that our old friendship don't mean much to you, but at least you had a good memory. You can't really mean that you have forgotten about the Ranchi trip. Now Bipin Babu wanted to meet Chuni, so he rushed in the living room and he stopped Chuni and asked Chunilal about it. That Chunilal, do you remember about the trip of 1958? Okay, but Bipin Babu reconfirms with Chunilal that if he is sure that Bipin Babu went to Ranchi at all. This left Chunilal shocked and worried. He asked Bipin Babu that if he was having doubt about having taken that trip of Ranchi at all. Bipin Babu asked him again if Chunilal remembered. He asked then Chunilal. Now here it's all about like both of them are asking each other. Chunilal is not able to believe that Bipin Babu has forgotten about the trip of Ranchi, and here Bipin Babu is not accepting that he has forgotten about the Ranchi trip. Bipin Babu had to turn away from Chuni's incredulous stare. "Do you remember what my last job was?" asked Chunilal. "Of course, you worked in a travel agency. You remember that, and you don't remember that it was I who fixed up your railway booking for Ranchi. I went to the station to see you off. One of the fans in your compartment was not working. I got an electrician to fix it. Have you forgotten everything? What is the matter with you? You don't look too well, you know." Bipin sighed and shook his head. Now Chunilal again stared at Bipin Babu. Okay, so long that Bipin Babu had to look away. Now Chunilal was just staring at Bipin Babu, and Bipin Babu, because of this staring, Bipin Babu looked away. Okay, then Chunilal asked him, Bipin Babu, that "Bipin Babu, do you remember what my previous job was?" Bipin Babu said, "Yes, you were in a traveling agency." Then Chunilal said, "Then why don't you remember that the tickets of your Ranchi trip was booked by me? I had come to see you off, and in the compartment in which your ticket was booked, in that the one fan was not working. I bought the electrician, fixed that fan." Chunilal could not believe how Bipin Babu had forgotten about everything. He points out that Bipin Babu does not look the best of his health and shape too. Okay, "I have been working too hard," he said at last. "That must be the reason. Must see about consulting a specialist." Doubtless, it was Bipin's condition which made Chunilal live without mentioning anything about a job. Paresh Chanda was a young physician with a pair of bright eyes and sharp nose. He became thoughtful when he heard about Bipin Babu's symptoms. "Look, Dr. Chanda," said Bipin Babu desperately, "you must cure me of this horrible illness. I can't tell you how it's affecting my work." Okay, now at last Bipin Babu accepted that he had been working for too much, and this is why it's taking toll on his memory. Now they agreed that they need to see a specialist. Now Chuli left without even mentioning about the job and the reason for which Bipin Babu's condition. Now Bipin Babu finally visited the physician, and the name of the physician is Paresh Chanda, the young doctor with bright two eyes. He got into thinking upon hearing Bipin Babu's symptom. Bipin Babu told the doctor that how badly and desperately he wanted to get rid from this illness. Okay, he termed his situation as horrible. Okay, when you lose your memory, it's a very horrible condition of yours. When you don't remember something, he further added that the ways it might affect his work also, because he was working in a big firm. Dr. Chanda shook his head. "You know what, Mr. Chaudhary," he said, "I have never had a deal with a case such of yours. Frankly, it is quite outside my field of experience. But I have one suggestion. I don't know if it will work, but it's worth a try. It can do no harm." Now Dr. Chanda gave one advice to Bipin Babu and said that this is what, when he heard about the case of Bipin Babu, Dr. Chanda immediately said that the case of yours is a very different case. He had never heard such of a case in his life experience, okay, in his area of expertise. But he tells that he has a suggestion to offer that might work, okay, and this suggestion is not going to give any negative consequences. Bipin Babu leaned forward anxiously. "As far as I can make out," said Dr. Chanda, "and I think you are of the same opinion, you must have been to Ranchi, but due to some unknown reason, the entire episode has slipped out of your mind. What I suggest is that you go to Ranchi once again. The sight of the place may remind you of your trip. This is not impossible. More than that I cannot do at the moment. I am prescribing a nerve tonic and a tranquilizer. Sleep is essential or the symptom will get more pronounced. Bipin Babu felt somewhat better the next morning. After breakfast, he rang up his office, gave some instructions and then procured a first class ticket for Ranchi for the same evening. Okay. Now Bipin Babu was anxious as he leaned towards the doctor in order to understand what was he prescribing. Now the doctor told Bipin Babu that in your condition one thing can be done. You have to visit Ranchi. Just go to Ranchi, visit to the places which have been told to you. After visiting to that place, maybe you can remember and bring back the memory of the trip. And further he also added that he is giving him some medicines to reduce the stress and anxiety, and more Bipin Babu should have give good sleep. Next morning what did Bipin Babu do? Next morning Bipin Babu felt a little better after having the medicine and a good sleep. And after having his breakfast, he called to his office, gave them some instructions and arranged his first class ticket to Ranchi for the same evening. Getting off the train at Ranchi next morning, he realized at once that he had never been there before. He came out of the station, took a taxi, drove around the town for a while. He realized that the streets, the buildings, the hotels, the bazaars and the Murabadi hill, which none of these had he the slightest acquaintance. Would a trip to the Hudro Falls help? He didn't believe so, but at the same time, he didn't wish to leave with the feeling that he didn't try enough. So he arranged a car and went to Hudro in the afternoon. Okay. Now Bipin Babu, what did he do? He reached Ranchi. As soon as he boarded the train, he was sure that he had never visited such a particular place before. He took a taxi also, and after taking the taxi, he went to Hudro. Okay, he had never seen the buildings, hotels, whatever was there ever before. He was not sure if a trip to the Hudro Falls would make any difference, but he did not wanted to have the feeling that he didn't even try. So he arranged a taxi to Hudro and went to Hudro the next afternoon. At 5 o'clock the same afternoon, in Hudro, two Gujarati gentlemen from a group of picnickers discovered Bipin Babu lying unconscious beside a boulder. When he came around, the first thing Bipin Babu said was, "I am finished, there's no hope left." It was around 5 o'clock the same afternoon when two Gujarati men who had come from a group of picnickers found Bipin Babu lying unconscious beside a large rock. Okay, so when he regained unconscious, the first word which Bipin Babu said that "I am finished, there was no hope left." Next morning, Bipin Babu came back to Calcutta. He realized that there was truly no hope for him. Soon he would lose everything. His will to work, his confidence, his ability, his balance of mind. Was he going to end up in the asylum? Bipin Babu couldn't think anything more. Okay. Now Bipin Babu realized that his situation was very bad. He had no hope left now. So next morning he came back to Calcutta. He began to worry because now if this is the position that he is losing his memory. Now he was worried that he is going to lose his work also, his interest in work, his confidence, his ability, his peace of mind, everything was lost, and even wondered that he would end up in an asylum if his position more worsened. He had exhausted his ability to think any more by that time. Back home, he rang up Dr. Chanda and asked him to come over. Then, after a shower, he got into bed with the ice bag clamped on his head. Just then, the servant brought him a letter which someone had left in the letter box. The greenish envelope with his name in red ink on it. Above the name, it said urgent and confidential. In spite of his condition, Bipin Babu had a feeling that he ought to go through the letter. He tore upon the envelope and took out the letter. Okay. Now when Bipin Babu came home, he contacted Dr. Chanda, requested him to visit him, took a shower and also took a ice bath, kept it on his head. Okay, and then the servant came with an envelope on the end, and on the envelope it was written urgent and confidential. Bipin Babu opened the letter, tore the envelope and took out the letter. It was written, Dear Bipin, I had no idea that affluence would bring about a kind of change in you that it has done. Was it so difficult for you to help out an old friend down on his luck? I have no money, so my resources are limited. What I have is imagination, a part of which I used in retribution of your unfeeling behavior. Well, you will be all right again now. A novel I have written is being considered by a publisher. If he likes it enough, it will see me through the next few years. Yours, Chunilal. The letter began with the salutation to Bipin Babu. Bipin Babu opened the letter. There was a letter inside. Bipin Babu read that letter, and that letter was that letter was written by Chunilal Babu. Okay, and Chunilal asked Bipin Babu that if it had become so difficult for him to help his childhood friend. He further added that he has scarcity of resources as he has no money, and all he had was imagination, which he used to take revenge for Bipin Babu's behavior towards his misery. He reveals that Bipin Babu would be fine now. He also tells him that a novel that Chunilal had written is being considered by a publisher, and he will have enough money in the next few months if the publisher likes it and approves it. Then Dr. Chanda comes. Okay, Bipin Babu said, I am fine. It all came back as soon as I got off the train at Ranchi. A unique case, said Dr. Chanda. I shall certainly write about it in a medical journal. The reason why I sent for you, said Bipin Babu, is that I have a pain in the hip from a fall I had in Ranchi. If you could prescribe a painkiller. Okay, so what did Bipin Babu say to Dr. Chanda? When Dr. Chanda came to see him, Bipin Babu revealed that he had got the memory of the Ranchi trip in 1958 back, and it all came running back to him when he got off the train. And he asked Dr. Chanda, then Dr. Chanda told him that this is a unique case and I would like to write about this case in my medical journal. Okay, and then Bipin Babu also said that he called the doctor because he had a fall in Ranchi, and because of that fall, he had got a pain in the hip and he needed a painkiller for that. Okay, so this is all about the lapse of Bipin Babu's memory. Okay, moving to the word meanings. Word meanings: thriller, a novel, play or film with an exciting plot, typically involving crime or espionage. Close quarters, very near to a person or thing. Idle chat, unnecessary routine conversation. Meek, quite humble. Spoke quietly, speaking in a calm and even tone. Utters disbelief, complete surprise. Intruder, a person who intrudes. Inconceivable, not capable of being imagined or grasped mentally, unbelievable. Head reeled, he was shocked and confused. Here you can say head reeled means shocked and confused. Losing his head, becoming mad. Deliberate, done consciously and intentionally. Bracing, stimulating. Lingered, spend a long time over something. Hastings, rapidity of action or motion. Ruthless, having or showing no pity or compassion for others. Nuisance, a person or thing causing inconvenience or annoyance. And the last one is getting into other man's hair, means to annoy or bother someone. These are the word meanings for today. Thriller, close quarter, idle chat, meek, spoke quietly, utter disbelief, intruder, inconceivable, head reeled, losing his mind, intimate, deliberate, bracing, lingered, hastings, ruthless, nuisance, getting into other people's hair. Okay, this was the chapter Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory. Read the chapter very properly again. Write the meanings in your notebook. You'll receive a worksheet very soon related with this chapter. Till then, take care of your health. Bye.